They are fired up here. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. It's Friday night under the lights in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're in the middle of week 5. The Rips are getting ready to take on the Fortune in a rematch of their June 11th matchup, but this one has some big-time playoff implications. As you look at the West Conference, you see the Rips at the bottom at 1-3, but they're still alive in this. Fortune in a three-way tie for first place at 3-2. But if the Rips can win, that will move things a lot. So this is a big one coming up shortly. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Wayabone. I got Maria Mateus here with me. And Maria, there's a lot of fun going on, and a lot of fans are tuning in as we have this championship that's coming up. What do they need to know as they follow us?
So much fun and so much learning, especially when it comes down to the rules. It's a lot different here than traditional tennis. The things I'm looking at the most are the two-pointers. Not going for too much, but still allowing yourself to really go for that winner, as well as we're seeing so many coaches using their substitutions for matchups. Instead of just pulling out their players or putting players in, there's a tactic behind it now, JY.
Well, and with the scoring system that we have, one of the things that the Rips are going to have to bounce back from is that last-second loss against the Ridge. +2, couldn't convert on that as the score was running out. But now, tonight, they come up against the Fortune, but they have Aliona Bolsova with them.
And Aliona Bolsova, the MVP for the first half of the season, and rightfully so. She's +44 over 4 arcs played so far. And the way that she just uses her targets so brilliantly. She doesn't go for too much, but she moves her opponent around so well and is able to go around for that forehand and step inside the court.
There's a Fortune for themselves. On the other side of the court, they're like, okay, you got Bolsova, but we got Roberto Cid.
They sure do, and Roberto Cid is +56 on the season, and even more impressively, his fault rate is only 4%. He's right at the bottom. And he's just done so well in moving the ball around with his forehand and stepping in, and we see his firepower.
Well, the Fortune are going to have to bounce back from a tough loss last time. But when we come back, will the Fortune favor the bold? Or are the Rips going to tear their game plan apart?
Welcome to Intense Arena
at the beautiful Assembly Studios.
It's time for you
to experience the greatness that is Intense.
But first things first.
Forget everything you know about regular tennis.
Because Intense is built different.
Faster pace.
Bigger energy.
With teams battling it out from start to finish.
You want to know the rules?
Well, we got your rules right here.
So let's break it down for you.
To start, every team has 8 pros.
4 men,
4 women, and a coach leading the charge. An Intense match is called an arc, and you can think of it like one giant team showdown. Every arc is made up of 10-minute periods called bolts.
And there are 7 bolts in every arc.
Each arc has bolts of men's singles, women's singles, doubles, and mixed doubles.
All stacked together in one running team score.
So even if one ball ends,
The pressure doesn't.
Every point carries over until the final buzzer.
Now for the serving rules. That's where things get wild.
One toss, one serve, miss it, and the point's gone.
There's also a 14-second shot clock between points, and play is at the server's pace. So turn your back, you might get burned.
No waiting around, no resetting the vibe, and yes, we do play less.
The only thing that can slow the pace down are the timeouts.
And there are rolling substitutions, so if a player needs to catch their breath,
Or if a coach wants to change up the strategy, there are substitutions.
Scoring is simple. You win a rally, that's 1 point.
Blast the clean winner, that's 2 points.
the scores from every bolt are added up along the way.
and the team with the highest score at the end of the last bolt wins the arc and the cash.
And now the most important part of Intense, you, the super loud fans. You will never get shushed.
First of all, that's rude.
That's rude.
That's rude.
Second of all,
We want you to act like actual sports fans.
and we want all the volume when it comes to supporting your favorite team, like Ridge,
The Outriders.
Like the altitude. Like the smash. Like the rips.
Fortune, Freeze,
Inferno.
Sting.
Like Team Rise.
Or if you want to cheer against your rivals,
We're here for it.
bring it on.
So now you know the Intense rules.
But the only way to experience Intense is to see it in action. So let's get this arc started.
Rips versus Fortune here inside the Intense Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Playoff implications on the line as the Rips are trying to get in the middle of it, but the Fortune want to secure their spot in first place. Let's take a look at that Fortune lineup, Maria.
And such big power hitters on this team. Obviously, Roberto Cid has been the highest component of this team, but I'm even looking at Rafael Lacasse. You know, she's high risk, high reward. If she can make a lot of balls with the power that she has, as well as Jessie Flores and that combo in the mixed doubles, they're looking good tonight. As well as the Rips lineup. We have a doubles heavy lineup, but they haven't done as well in the doubles as we would hope. And so I hope they really bring that up. I would like to see the men actually do better in singles as well. Noah Schachter is -22 on the signals, so we'd like him to pick it up a little bit, as well as Bolsova just keep doing her thing.
And those are our lineups brought to us by Center Line Athletics. Let's go down courtside, who we have Aliana Bolsova with Kelly Kroll.
Well, Ali, the last time out, it was a heartbreaker for you guys against the Ridge. But you've had a week now. Second half begins. What's the attitude like of the team and the message from Coach Hawkins?
We're all very positive. Like, we know that we have nothing to lose right now. I mean, we're last in the conference, so we just can't wait to, like, bring our still best level. So we can't wait to just go out there, compete, have fun, and just enjoy that we're here. And, yeah.
You have found your best level. You have been incredible through the first half of the season. Tell me what it is about the format that you found you can be so efficient.
To be honest, I don't think I quite do well enough in this format, but I just try to have fun, you know, and just try to not care so much and just play loose because, you know, I'm just so grateful to be here. Like, it's a great opportunity for me. So I did get a bit mad in, like, the second match because I was frustrated with the format, but then it's so fun. So it's just like, come on, just enjoy, smile, scream. Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. Keep it up. And best of luck tonight, Ali.
Thanks so much.
Guys.
Great words for one of our MVP candidates, who, as well as she's doing, she still wants to do more. So we'll see if she can do just that. Let's go down to the coin toss with Walker Allen. Player.
Good evening. Tonight we have a 7-bolt arc between host team Fortune and visiting team Rips. Fortune has elected to start with men's singles. Rips, I have heads and tails. Please make the call.
Heads, please.
Call is heads. It is heads.
All received.
Rips has selected to receive.
Rips have elected to receive, and it is now showtime. Roberto Cid on the near side for the Fortune, going up against Noah Schachter on the far side. Fortune versus Rips, one toss, one serve only, 14 seconds in between points. 2 10-minute men's singles bolts that are going to be very important for the men, Maria, because when the last time these two teams faced off, it was the Rips for the women that got them with a double-digit lead, but with Noah Schachter -25 on the night, it ruined it, and it went the other way for the Fortune.
And that was exactly the difference. They lost by 20 points last time these teams played. And so if Noah Schachter can raise his level, you never know what's going to happen tonight.
Well, he was the one time they won this season. He did a great job, best performance. So a lot is going to ride on how he starts. Though Fabrice Martin as well, he wants a better performance when we finish off. We got all 3 doubles to finish off at the end of the night with women's singles in between. Roberto Cid and the Fortune up 3-2-0 right now. Misfires that into the back fence, trying to load and hit that aggressive forehand that he's been really dominant with. That's why he's one of the MVP candidates, coming from the University of South Florida. Number 2 college player in the country, played in the Grand Slams as a pro. So it's no surprise why he's one of the MVP candidates, and you see it with forehands like that. +2.
And just what makes Roberto Cid so good is what we just saw. Using that heavy forehand, push his opponent back, and then step in. He's not necessarily a huge power hitter like we see there. He's just hitting heavy forehands until he gets his shot.
Schachter set up his offensive opportunity after that heavy forehand, but couldn't convert. 6-1 lead for the Fortune, and that's what's going to be interesting for Schachter is, can he find that offense? Because Cid does such a great job of working the court and creating those offensive opportunities. But Schachter's starting these points really far back. Hard to get on offense from there.
And we've seen Noah Schachter play his best tennis. Actually, when he even gets to the net, we've seen him hit some incredible volleys this season. And so I'm looking at him trying to step in as much as he can, and that puts you in a better spot for those 2-pointers.
And something we're starting to see very early. We've talked about the chess match coaches are starting to use as they're getting to know these teams. This is a rematch from earlier in the season. We see Schachter trying to use a heavier forehand going above the shoulders of Cid's backhand early on. We'll see if that's something that is successful for them. Well, that's a great offensive forehand trying to come to the net. +1 for the Fortune.
And hitting that forehand inside out is actually such a difficult ball to hit because typically you find angles when you're going cross-court on the forehand. You don't really find them as much when you're going inside out, but he just does that so beautifully.
Just pulls his head a little bit, misses it into the net, 9-3. And really quick, we're going to see a substitution. John Chin is going to come in. He's going to serve to the deuce side, but when you come in with the cold shoulder like that, it is not easy. You see him mishit it like that, and that's something that players have been trying to adapt, and coaches as well, is when do they bring these players in, because there is no warm-up like they do in other sports.
And we've been seeing it more and more for matchup plays. And so maybe the original matchup here was to have Cid playing Schachter, and they realized it's not working. Or maybe Schachter's just getting a breather. There is a 12-minute time limit here for how long everybody can play singles bolts. So maybe that's a tactic as well.
John Chin, the Jamaican that went to school at Boise State, going to be subbed out very quickly. Noah Schachter back in. Big backhand down the line, off the line. Is it going to be +2? It is. Let's see if that's going to generate some momentum. Big kick, serve and volley. Schachter coming in, goes down the line, overhead opportunity. Cid defends, gets it back to neutral. Drop shot to bring him back in. Schachter's going to get there. Goes down the line, one more lob, another overhead. Can he put it away? He does. +2.
And that's that net play we were talking about. He's so dang good when he's inside that service box. He needs to be looking for that as much as he can, as well as Coach Tori Hawkins guiding him to do that.
Cid runs around it this time, does not let him come in. Maybe some of the lungs being tired with that mishit backhand. 12-8, Cid stays in. There's that good forehand cross-court, opening up the court very well. Like you said, Maria, easier to open up the court when you have the cross-court shot as opposed to the inside-out. And now we see Schachter stepping inside of the baseline more instead of going all the way back, already making an adjustment in his strategy.
And something that I think is so noteworthy is that Roberto Cid has had such a small fault rate because of the way he's able to use his kick serve. He doesn't go for aces on his serve, yet he is just so dominant on the serve because of his first ball. So I want to keep looking at that tonight and how he's using that kick serve to gain advantage.
John Chin coming in for Schachter, but it results in a +2 for the Fortune, 16-8. There's another one of those heavy forehands up high to the Sid backhand. That's the second unforced error he's hit from up there. The Rips have a clear game plan against Sid. Let's see if they can continue to execute. One serve only, that's not going to help when you miss it. And Oren Vassar is going to come in as Sid's going to take a breather. Oren Vassar, University of Miami and William and Mary alumni.
And Oren has a big game. He goes for a lot of power, so it's going to be very important that he is solid as well, that he's not going for too much like that. He's playing with big margins and finding his way into the court without forcing it.
A lot of back and forth from the Rips. Schachter back in. We've seen multiple substitutions. Coach Hawkins taking advantage of the unlimited substitutions. One toss only, almost caught it. These players did all come from traditional tennis. This is a new league with new rules, and every now and then, they're still getting used to it. Their old instincts that they developed over years come back into play. Vassar, one fault, right back.
You know what, though, JY? I think it's so instilled in them now. It's instilled in me. I was watching traditional tennis last week, and I saw someone stop their toss, and I thought it was illegal.
Huge forehand inside in by Vassar and a fist pump. Let's see if he can get that. Has not seen a lot of playing time this season. We've seen him with shots like that. The problem is, can he control it? Can he be consistent with it? The serve is not helping him out. Great serve out wide by Schachter. A nice changeup. They're within 5 with under 3 minutes left. Fortune on the near side, Rips on the far side. Big playoff implications with this matchup and a rematch of the one earlier in this season.
And I'm so curious as to how each team came into this arc, because typically, if you won last time, you're extremely confident, but at the same time, you're pretty nervous because you want to back that up. Whereas if you lose, you come in pretty pumped up. And so I hope that the Rips came in very fired up.
It's interesting you say that, Maria, because Coach Tim Siegel said before this arc got underway, you know, we have our hands full tonight, which I was like, really? After winning 20 last time out, and he said, for one, Roberto Sid just was on fire that match, right? So you expect to see something a little bit different maybe tonight, which we have. And he did mention, guys, because we haven't seen Jesse tonight, he's dealing with a little bit of a leg injury, so expect to see a bit more from Oren here tonight. So throughout the season, we're going to see different players on the court than we maybe have in a match before this, just because of the ebbs and flows of a season, right?
Yeah, definitely going to put Jesse Flores in doubles and mixed doubles. That's where he's been his best with Rafael Laquet. It's been one of the best mixed doubles teams in the entire league. Big forehand inside in by Vassar.
And sometimes, even if an injury is not involved, it is actually a smart move to make sure you play all your players in the season, because if you get to that championship weekend, you want to preserve your best players, but also make sure that everyone has had playing time and everyone feels comfortable under that pressure.
John Chin back in, and this is what they were hoping for from Vassar. We saw this from time to time, the big shots he can come up with. It just wasn't consistent enough. This is what they were looking for. I'm sure Coach Siegel and Vassar, who's been frustrated throughout this season, are going to be very happy with how things are going right now. Another 40 seconds left. Another 10-minute men's singles both coming after. Chin serves up that lollipop of a serve that allows Vassar to attack but couldn't take advantage. 30 seconds left. Rips down by 8.
Something about Oren Vassar is we always see him having a self-talk. He's constantly talking, whether he wins the point, whether he loses the point. It looks like he's constantly... It looks like he's being tough on himself, but I actually think he's encouraging himself.
Vassar's fourth fault. 27-19 Fortune still with the lead. Chin struggling to find his own serve. This time goes big on it, just totally goes loose. The clock's gonna run out, and Vassar, with one of the better performances he's had the entire season, helped back up Roberto Cid, and his good start to the night had some good forehand winners to get going. We get to see a great reaction from him. We come back, we have our second men's singles bowl.
Work, in the car, or on the go. Listen to every FIFA World Cup 2026 match for free on iHeartRadio. Listen to Fox's coverage of all 104 FIFA World Cup 2026 matches live and free in the iHeartRadio app, anywhere in the U.S. June 11th to July 19th. All matches live.
And it's electric in here. We got this! Outriders are stunned. Oh my gosh, what a night! It's honestly the first time we played together, and we killed it.
This is absolutely insane.
Intense tennis, baby. It's tennis turned up.
Fortune versus the Rips inside the Intense Arena. Second men's singles bowl coming up. But while they get going, make sure you scan that QR code or go to shop.intense.com so you can support your team, get their merch as they try to win the 2026 Intense season. Show the world who's your favorite team. But for now, we got two teams that are going head to head. Fortune on the near side, Rips on the far side, and the Rips are trying to make sure that they do not have a repeat, Maria, of what happened the last time they came around, where it came down to the men's singles that really hurt them that night.
And we said from the beginning of this arc, the way that the Rips play the men's singles is so key, because if they're able to, even if they're not up necessarily, as long as they keep it within close range and they're not down by, 20, they're not in a bad spot.
John Chin stays in, even though Noah Schachter started the night, but Schachter -8, going to try to get Chin going a little bit more. Roberto Cid back in, picking up where Oren Vassar left off, and there's one of those heavy forehands that we've seen to try to get to the Cid backhand, but they drop it short. Well, this allows Chin now going to go down the line, sets up another forehand inside in, puts Cid on the run. Chin decides to stay back. Cid just using the middle of the court against the lefty so he doesn't open up the court. Trying to use that lefty to forehand. Not good enough. Point for the Fortune.
And Chin has such impressive heavy strokes on both sides. He just has so much acceleration, especially on his forehand. He's able to bring the ball up and down so beautifully.
Heavy forehand by Cid, going to set up another offensive opportunity, keeping Chin back there. But the problem is Chin's going to need to go bigger. I mean, he's just letting Cid dictate. Schachter's going to be back in. I wonder if at some point you put Martin in, and because Martin is an all-out offensive player, maybe it's time to just take the racket out of the hand for Cid. But so far, Schachter's in, trying to work the point against here. Uses the slice to change it up. Schachter will open up the court one more time and forces the unforced error.
And even if it's for a momentum shift, maybe you want Martin to come in just so, because we know and everyone knows that he's going to serve and volley. He always does. He's going to return and volley. At least give Roberto Cid a different look.
And Cid not having to work too hard to win points. We haven't seen a lot of winners come from the racket of Cid. We've seen a lot of unforced errors from the Rips. Going to keep things very fresh for Cid and the Fortune. Another forehand miss into the net. Struggling to follow through sometimes when you try to hit with too much spin. You actually just spin it straight down into the net. 33-20 lead for the Fortune. Biggest lead of the night. I think, Maria, it's interesting to see with Schachter. We see him back, we see him forward, we see him play a little bit offense, we see him play a little tentative. Struggling to stick to something.
And I think Roberto Cid will kind of do that too because he's just so solid. But at the same time, just because you do something a couple times and it doesn't work doesn't mean that it's not the right play. I actually like Schachter starting the point out, behind the baseline and finding his way in. I think when he tries to be overly aggressive, it doesn't really work for him.
Longest point of the night, but again, it just kept Schachter going from side to side. Forehand, inside in, forced error. Point Fortune, quick serve, 35-20. Drop shot to bring them in. Schachter touches it, but a great drop shot by Sid. Only +1, but nonetheless, the momentum is all in the side of the Fortune. John Chin back in. Rip still trying to find their lineup against Sid and the Fortune. There's that heavy forehand once again. Did drop it short. Good angle, but huge backhand by Sid.
Talk about a great angle there, but the way that Roberto handled that ball, I was not expecting that at all.
And what we haven't seen, Maria, is each team gets 5 timeouts that they can use tonight. 0 timeouts by the Rips to try to slow things down, talk things over.
And I wonder if it is because, we have Jesse Flores in for the first time. Let's see how, you said his leg, JY?
Well, a little bit of injury there, but I think this is good to get him moving a little bit early on in the night, to have a short break, and they got a big lead. So if you're ever going to do this, now's a good time for it. Chin, going to make him pay, though, +2 forehand winner.
Well, that was a strange first point from him, because usually he goes pretty Mach 10, and he came out actually hitting very high loopy balls. Haven't really seen much of that from him, but back to the point of the timeouts. I agree. I feel like at this point, Rips should probably use a timeout. I'm assuming they want to save them for the doubles bolts, but you got 5. You got plenty.
You know, you went back to the timeouts. I'm going to go back to the knee and what Flores is doing. If you're a little injured and you're already an offensive player,
you got to go.
Play bigger.
Yep,
right?
You got to go for it.
Limit the movement. I think what he's doing right now, playing this tentative, Chin is just loving this. So we'll see if Flores gets to work into his offense sooner. But with this slice right now, I do not think this is a good strategy, and Chin's going to really start to take over.
Well, especially when this game style is not his identity. It's interesting that he's doing it now when something is nagging. Maybe he's just letting himself get warmed up. Maybe he's playing the first few points like a warm-up.
Maybe, but it's risky because you can get more injured. But there he goes, serving balling. And the way he looked right there, he signaled to the side no. He tried to push off and go forward, couldn't get it going. That's going to be interesting to see on how they handle that in doubles, because he likes to come forward, and it did not look like he could push off.
And that, I don't know, hot take, could make a very big difference tonight.
I think this also goes into the lineup part. There's a good drop by Vassar, and we get to take a look at that movement right there. Look at that little hop right there off that left foot. Jason Blando is not active in the lineup tonight, but he is a great doubles player. Doubles probably better for him than singles, but they have him on the bench. So see how the night's going to play out. Hopefully the Fortune going to try to build a big enough lead where it doesn't matter, but we know with Bolsova, they're going to get things closer.
And maybe that's what Coach Tim Siegel kind of was insinuating when he said, we got our hands full tonight. Could have been part of it, like Kelly mentioned earlier.
Schachter doing a lot of work from behind the baseline, but playing consistent tennis. Vassar as well, showing some consistency. His longest rally of the season, I think, for Schachter as well. Beautiful variation from side to side. Forehand slice down the line. Angle backhand. Is he going to come in? No, he's going to keep him running. Missed that opportunity. Hits that forehand in the net. 40-27 for the Fortune.
Beautiful construction of that point, though, from Oren Vassar. Unfortunate. I think he maybe went for a little too much there, but you understand you're winded at that point. But wow, way to back that up and just bounce back and hit an incredible shot there for 2 points.
Under 3 minutes here before 2 10-minute women's singles bolts. And what I loved what Coach Siegel did is even after he lost that point, applauding him.
Yep.
Coach Siegel's asked for a lot more stability, consistency, smart shot selection. So it's nice to see that even when you lose the point, your coach still supports the game plan you're trying to implement. As Roberto Sid comes back in.
And it makes sense. It looks like Roberto Sid is going to max out his time. on this court tonight for these singles bolts, but I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of him in the doubles.
44-28. Chen has 5 faults on the night. And just look at his service motion. It's got like a little bit of a hitch in it sometimes that can get him to misfire. If it goes in, then it's great. It's big, but see, that one was flat. No spin whatsoever. I want to see him execute the spin serve, which is supposed to be the margin of safety serve. That's better. But there's going to be a thank you for Sid, +2 volley winner. Minute 40 left. Fortune on the near side with Roberto Sid up by 16. Great forehand down the line, +1 Fortune.
And I said the Rips want to keep this one within 20. Getting a little close here.
Just missed that back line. Sid really wanted it, but Schachter's going to come back in for this final minute and 10. Texas A&M Aggie trying to get them closer so Bosova can come in and take over. Seen a lot of forehands being spun in the net by Schachter. Coach Siegel tells Sid, hey, slow down, take your time. Final 30 seconds. Schachter takes a deep breath. Been running a lot from back there. Good kick, decides to stay back. Finally finds the Sid backhand. This time decides to attack the forehand. Another forehand in the net. 17-point lead for the Fortune. And our last point of men's singles coming up right now.
He's making sure it's the last point, that's for sure. He let that clock run down.
Clock hits zeros. Sid continues to work the point with Schachter. We've seen Sid use that forehand cross-court forehand down the line the entire night. Schachter trying to change the pace with a slice, going to bring him forward. Off the frame, point for the Fortune, 50-32, as they are trying to find first place after tonight. Maria, men's singles is done. What did you think about how things went down?
It kind of was as we expected it to. I think we would have loved a better performance from the Rips, but it's hard to do that when Roberto Sid is that good and Oren Vassar played that well. So a lot of credit to Oren Vassar. Let's see if Bolsova brings out what she's brought out so far right when we come back.
I don't feel like an underdog at all.
An underdog, ooh.
Maybe I would say dark horse.
Yeah, I've always considered myself one.
No, I'm not an underdog. I've been doing this for too long.
I feel like a favorite for myself coming into this, and also just my teammates. If we do our jobs and we just compete and play for each other, we're the favorites here.
People think that because I'm smaller than everyone else, but no. When I step on the court, I try to be confident and think that I'm gonna win. I like to go low-key about my business.
An underdog? Well, I mean, I would kind of say I would be like the Tom Brady of the league. You know, I got drafted 4th, and, you know, there's probably no big expectations of me, but when I'm out on court, I always give my best and willing to put on the show.
I haven't competed in over a year, so maybe nobody's really seen me play a while. But I never consider myself an underdog. When I step on the court, I feel like I can compete against anyone.
I prefer not to be seen. You know, just being in the shadow, working my ass off, and then just going out there and showing what I practice for.
So I was the last pick in the draft. That means I'm Mr. Irrelevant, but we're gonna make Team Freeze relevant for this year's Intense season. We have the #1 pick in the draft on our team with Carousel. My boy, Raul, absolutely loving it. But as a team, since it is a team sport, I see us as one of the favorites. We have the best team name, we have the best team chemistry.
Let's go Freeze! Let's go Freeze!
So I don't feel like an underdog at all.
Intense is brought to you by iHeartRadio, the official partner of Intense. Welcome back, everybody. Inside the Intense Arena, the Fortune have a 50-32 lead versus the Rips. And with the scoring format that we have in this league, we can get some really wild finishes at the end. Let's take a look at some of the ones we've had this season. 9. Conservative approach, comes to the net. Volley winner, they're gonna run it out. They're gonna do it just off that. Outriders are stunned. Down the line, Hewitt responds. Bushimuka gets there. Miscommunication, Tanya went off the left, and that's gonna do it.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Signals to King. King tosses up. Big to the nut, forehand, and she misses it, and the Freaks are gonna run it out. And it goes for the lob. They need to play this. They need to go for the winner. They need to go for the winner to tie it up. And she slaps it. She swallowed it. She read the point. What an intelligent play by Cabezas. Inferno needed 2.
Need 2 points. Oh, they're going to miss. Yeah, the Ridge are just going to miss this.
And it is Team Ridge who get it done after an incredible number of momentum shifts.
It's amazing, Maria, when we watch these one-point finishes. I still get goosebumps as I watch it. I see something new every time. But the impact that 1 point has on the standings, as you see so many of these teams with 1-point wins or losses, the Outriders could be 2-3. Inferno could be 4-1. So much of this all coming down to 1 point. It's an incredible thing that can happen with this format as we have women's singles coming up right now. Aliona Bosovan on the far side versus Victoria Rodriguez for the Fortune, and on the near side, 2 10-minute women's singles bolts.
Bolsova was the MVP for the first half of the season, but I wouldn't count Victoria Rodriguez out whatsoever because she has been so good because she has that game that is just so incredibly solid. She doesn't have a lot of power, but boy, does she make balls.
She's been an extremely reliable player for them, trying to piggyback on the +20 that Roberto Cid has for tonight. Bosova has to make up for the -16 Shachter has. So if anybody can do it, it's going to be her. Granted, she only plays 12 minutes of the 20. There's a max rule, so Samantha Adesea, who's trying to get that shoulder warm, trying to nurse that injury. She's going to have to spend some time in there, as well as Alexandra Muller. It's going to have to be a team effort if they're going to stay in the playoff race.
And Bolsova doesn't necessarily play quick tennis either. Like, the points we'll see will most likely be pretty long, so it's not like she can rack up points very, very quickly just by hitting winner after winner.
Great point by both players, getting it in, especially early on when there is no warm-up in this format. Very solid play by both players, but unfortunately the point goes to the Fortune. They are up by 21. Rodriguez do play less if the serve goes in, but that one goes wide. Point for the Rips. Bolsova been as high as 50 in the world in doubles, 80 in the world in singles, bringing all of that into her team, but a lot of pressure on her shoulders right now. Victoria Rodriguez played in some of the biggest moments in the Billie Jean King Cup for Mexico, been playing professionally, has seen a lot of success, but not the success that Bolsova's had.
Well, and Chelly Rodriguez, I'd like to see her going for a little bit more on her serve. 99% of the time, she's going to hit slice serves. We see Alex Mueller come in quite early, actually, for Ali Bolsova. But in regards to Chelly, I'd like to see her just go for a little bit more on that serve. Because when she can do that, I mean, that's phenomenal.
Great forehand volley winner. She sneaks into the net. +2. Mueller does not do good when she gets out into the corners. Rodriguez recognized that well and sneaks into the net. Very smart play. We're going to see if Bolsova is going to command pretty quick. They're down 21 right now, so they know that if they're going to pull this together, it's going to be with Bolsova, though it is going to be a team effort. I mentioned that a few minutes ago. Right now, the ball is in Mueller's hands, so she's got to step it up.
And Mueller, also a doubles specialist. If we can see her getting into that service box, I'm saying this a lot about Team Rips, but I think it is very valid because they have such a doubles-heavy team, but they, especially in this format, that's a great advantage, and they should absolutely be using that. And so I hope in practice, too, like, I'd like to see these players serve and volley.
Good aggressive return by Mueller. She's going to serve it up. Beautiful service motion by LaCase with a beautiful backhand return as well. Trying to work that forehand cross court. Long point for the Fortune.
LaCasse, another player that can cause so much damage if she plays within herself. And something we've talked about for her throughout this season is, one, her forehand, two, her serve. A lot of the time she pops up on her forehand and she gets a lot of mistakes. And on the serve, she hits it very flat, where she also gets a lot of mistakes. So, you know, they've had a little bit of a break, as did we all. And hopefully she worked on those two things a lot to where she feels a lot more comfortable coming back and doing it again.
Bolsova comes back in for Mueller after that +2 volley winner. LaCasse tries to approach down the line into the net. Has a little bit of tendency to pull her head up, misfires there. Rips within 19. Good kick serve out wide. LaCasse, she's got the size, so it goes right into her strike zone, gets into the rally. Bolsova working her down the line, but great defense. Nice change up. LaCasse is going to come in. Backhand down the line. LaCasse is there for the volley. Another passing shot down the line. +2 for the Rips.
Wow. That was close, too. I wasn't even really sure she made that. Wow. Oof.
Another good forehand, but the defense back by LaCasse. Comes to the net. Volley cross court.
Wow.
4 points in a row for the Rips.
So good. That's the Bolsova we've seen. That's what made her that MVP.
Kick out wide. Victoria Rodriguez comes in. Backhand down the line. Had it lined up. It goes into the net. LaCasse just gets a break after a few minutes of play. Rodriguez going to come back in. Try to keep this 16-point lead. Not her usual self, trying to hit that backhand down the line. Hits that long.
Her backhand down the line is her favorite shot, though, by far. And when she connects, it is so, so good because she's able to hit it from anywhere in the court. Actually, something to notice about her is a lot of the time she goes around her forehand to hit backhands in the middle of the court, which typically in tennis you don't see a lot of. You see it a lot more in women's tennis, but Chelly does that a lot.
And that's where you see Bolsova trying to spend a little bit more time going to the Rodriguez forehand. Catches that unforced there. Rodriguez this time trying to step in and be aggressive. Bolsova hits that serve off the net, point for the Fortune. Nice change-up slice to go to that Rodriguez forehand. She elects to slice it back, puts her on the run. Point for the Rips. Mueller's going to come back in for Bolsova.
Interesting.
This time we're going to see Fortune with the very first timeout of the night for both teams. Let's listen in.
Make sure you don't get away from going cross court when you're pulled wide, you know? But if you can step in, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her there. I thought if I
I would have made it.
She might have hit a winner.
Yeah.
True, true.
I was just thinking of going at least equal in the
Right.
points.
How's your, because obviously I need you in the second bowl too, so how are you feeling? You want to go a little bit longer and then we'll, because we have.
Mueller is in, so I don't know if you want me in or
Wait,
you want her
who's in?
Mueller.
Oh, she's in?
Yeah, they just switched.
I want you to kick her ass. Just make her move. Make her move.
You're playing good, son. Position, and you ain't got to take such a big shot to try to finish. All right, take away time little by little. Let's go. We got this. Allie, check back in. Be ready to go. Just tell her you're coming in next. Just say coming in next. Here we go.
I love that team huddle from the Rips all together. Not something we're used to seeing in tennis.
No, and it's so sweet. And even in college tennis, a lot of the times you don't see that. So that's just cool to see, especially since they're the last team in the league right now. Just see the teamwork and the fact that they still are a family and still are a team. It's a beautiful thing to see. But I also love Tim Siegel's coaching. I think it's cool that he was like, you know what, I don't even care who's in. Like, just go out there and kick their butts, you know?
Well, she's going to do it with shots like that. Ace! 2 for the Fortune.
Huge serve from Chelly there. That's what I was saying earlier, that she's got to just go for that serve. She has the motion for it.
Bolsova comes in, down by 18. Been a very tight bolt so far, 16-16 in this women's singles bolt. The Rips have not been able to chip away at the lead, and the Fortune have not been able to make it any bigger. So Roberto Cid's impact is still being felt. There's Bolsova targeting that Rodriguez forehand, but she did a great job right there. Tries to redirect one more time to that forehand. 1-1 goes back, backhand down the line, sliding defense. Rodriguez spins it down the line comfortably. Bolsova over and over trying to attack that forehand. Finally, after long work, gets the point for the Rips.
Bolsova just so calm about things. She just plays an incredible point and then acts like nothing ever happened and just goes right back to the line. And look at that quick serve!
Quick service. There was a substitution there with Lacoste and Rodriguez. Smart play by Bolsova. A little bit of confusion. The line call just went off a little bit early, but it's going to be point for the Rips here.
Allie, your serve, reset the clock. You're good. Our point. Got time back. Is that score correct? Are we good?
That's correct. That's correct.
Bolsova to serve down by 15. Serve into the net. That's going to be Bolsova's third fault so far. Lacoste takes her time, looks up at the clock. Only 14 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Gets it off. Big serve into the body.
Huge serve. And if she continues going for those flat serves, which is totally fine, that's where you want her to serve. You want her to serve body. Especially here, you have one serve. You got to go high percentage, no matter what.
Big serve one more time, but this time Bolsova defends extremely well, sets up the backhand to go deep. Lacoste looking like she's got good energy, but Bolsova misses that backhand down the line. Final 30 seconds of this first women's singles bolt. Rips at 1-3 in the standings. Fortune 3-2. This is bigger for the Rips than it is for the Fortune, though. There is a 3-way tie in the standings, so they do want to get this one, but the Rips need this more than the Fortune. Another fault by Bolsova. Kicks that ball in frustration. Understandable. 3, 2, 1. That is going to be the end of the women's singles bolt. 20-20 in the women's singles, so the lead remains for the Fortune Maria.
And Bolsova played some really good tennis, but she's got to play even better than that right when we come back. Women's bolt 2.
time for you
to experience the greatness that is Intense. You want to know the rules?
Well, we got your rules right here.
Every team has 8 pros.
4 men,
4 women, and a coach leading the charge. An Intense match is called an arc. Every arc is made up of 10-minute periods called bolts.
And there are 7 bolts in every arc. Each arc has bolts of men's singles, women's singles, doubles, and mixed doubles.
Now for the serving rules.
1 toss, 1 serve, miss it, and the point's gone. There's also a 14-second shot clock between points.
And yes, we do play lets.
The only thing that can slow the pace down are the timeouts.
And there are rolling substitutions.
Scoring is simple. You win a rally, that's 1 point.
Last the clean winner, that's 2 points.
The scores from every bolt are added up along the way, and the team with the highest score at the end of the last bolt wins the arc and the cash.
And now the most important part of Intense, the super loud fans. They want all the volume when it comes to supporting your favorite team.
So now you know the Intense rules.
So let's get this arc started.
Inside the Intense Arena, it's week 5, and we got the Fortune with an 18-point lead over the Rips, 70-52. While we get ready for our second women's singles bolt, let's take a look at our mic'd up moment presented by iHeartRadio with Tori Hawkins.
Buddy, it's old school basketball. You know, we don't lace them up until, you know what I'm saying. You can't keep it too tight.
On game day, like I know you're not playing, but like game day, you're chill.
Chill, baby. Remember, it's not your length of time; it's your play time.
No, I know, but maybe you're right. Okay.
My point is, I know it ain't 7. It might be 5 minutes close to 6. My point is, we got a whole length of time now to go. I love it. How you doing, Eden? Good to see you. I do. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Everything going well? Good to see you. Same here. Same here. That's the right play, though. That's the right play. The right play. That's mucho. Almost mucho. Mucho!
Coach Hawkins trying to lead his team to victory tonight as we have the Rips down by 18. Samantha Alicea on the far side for the Rips. Coming up against Victoria Rodriguez, our final singles bolt of the night. All 3 doubles formats coming up. Alicea tries to sneak into the net. Great half volley pickup, +2.
Interested to see how Alicea's shoulder holds up. She originally was not going to play tonight. She got put back into the lineup right before going out. Let's see how long she plays.
We've seen a mix already in the first women's singles bolt between Alexandra Mueller and Aliona Bosova. Alicea is going to be the 3rd person in the mix. They're down by 16. On the Fortune side, it's been all Lacoste and Rodriguez. So they haven't been able to build upon their lead. Still up by 17, 16, 18, 19. Losing count as I need spreadsheets in my life, but the Fortune are still winning thanks to Roberto Six.
Sure are. And honestly, Lacasse has played really good tennis. Chelly has played some good tennis too. Solid. Good enough. Many times good enough is good enough. That made sense to me.
Good enough was that backhand down the line by Alicea. I'm not going to even comment on that, but I will talk about what I just saw and understood. That was a beautiful backhand followed up by a terrible serve. So 15-point lead for the Fortune. Lacoste back in for Rodriguez.
So Rafi back in here, guys, and interesting enough, I've just been catching up with a lot of players. What did they do during their week off to stay fresh, to stay ready? You guys have been talking about that a little bit. Some of them just picking up practices, asking the coach to come out, practice with them. But the 2 for the Fortune all night here as teammates, they were playing against one another in a tournament last weekend, which we will, of course, get more into throughout the night. But tonight they get to be teammates again. Last week, they were fierce competitors. And good is just good enough, Maria. That always works for me.
Well, you got one person on your side. I will just say that last week was an off week for the league, but some of the players decided to take part back in the traditional tennis, take some of that to their advantage, get better. make some extra prize money, and some of the players actually did. We'll talk about that more, as Kelly said, throughout the night. But Aliona Bosova back in. One of the interesting things with LaCosta we've been talking about, she's so good in doubles. She's got that big flat strokes, especially on the backhand side. Growing up indoor tennis in Canada, yet it's like she grew up in Spain, because every time I watch her play, she's stepping backwards on every shot, which is counterintuitive to what you think fits her game at times.
And it's almost like she's afraid of her power. And I think if I had her power and that just effortless, I would have loved to have her power. I had to grind, but she does not.
Backhand in the net, Rips chipping away. They were down by 21, now only down by 12. 12-6 in this second women's singles bolt, so they're chipping away. Finally, forehand down the line. Chelly's going to get there with the left hand to save it to +1, but the momentum building for the Rips. Kick out wide, serving volley, Bosova. Ball was on the court, rolling. They missed it. The ball keeper had that ball rolling on the court by accident. They continue to play. The Rips are going to try to say, hey, we should play a let there and play it over.
The ball was in the court before the ball was missed. It's during the return. Come on, Reps. Go back and check the VAR. Come on, come on. Let's go. We got it. We got it. Replay the point.
Didn't call
replay,
it, so I think you have to remain with the point left.
One of the first times this season that we've seen the teams
The volley.
Yeah, great
nice to
fortune.
see. Yeah.
He said,
Coach Siegel there understanding what had happened.
who just missed the ball?
Saying, yes, let us replay the point.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
No score. Replay the point.
Is that the right score there? Did you take it away? All right. All right.
It was that side. That's correct.
As you see, you're going to look at the right side of the screen.
A
The
ball
ball
rolled
keeper
under the court.
missed
during
that
the
ball,
point.
came off the middle post, and it goes in, and you see it rolling as Bosova was trying to hit that volley. Replay that point here. Very kind of Coach Siegel as they have an 11-point lead, but it is slowly dwindling. Still trusting in his team. Great backhand by Rodriguez. Hitting that open stance. Backhand to backhand. Drop shot. Going to bring her into the net. Slice approach down the line. Deep shot. Point for the Rips within 10.
So far, I think what we expected is happening. We expected a big lead for the Fortune on the men's side. And then Bosova primarily fighting to get closer and closer. And so this puts even more pressure, even more emphasis on that doubles.
Well, I think for Bosova, the one thing she's just going to be kicking herself for right now is the fault. She has 5 on the night. She averages 6 per night, so she's getting up to that average, but pretty early on considering she's still got women's doubles and mixed doubles. So Alexandra Mueller is going to come in as Bosova still has some time on the clock before she reaches that 12 minutes, but we are under 5 minutes remaining before we get to men's doubles. Great backhand by cross court, even better by Rodriguez, down the line winner, +2.
Wow, now that was huge. And that's that backhand that she's just so good at. And on the run, too, sometimes it's actually such a low percentage shot, but she just owns it.
Miller trying to attack. Forehand goes in the net. Back up to a 14-point lead for Fortune. Heavy forehand down the line to Mueller. Did she touch it? She did not touch it. So much action on that ball. Bounced right over Muller's racket. And Alisea is in with under 4 minutes. Timeout by the Fortune. They had a lot of momentum there. Very interesting. But Coach Siegel, he wants more out of it. Let's listen in.
Hey, Rafi. Sorry, Coach. Rafi, you're in. She's
so
in.
when I come back in, I can go back.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, you
I
only-
don't like playing against them.
You've only got a minute and a half. That's all you got left. Take your time. Hey, just work it, work it, work it. Good rallies, good rallies. When you get a short ball, just pick a big spot and go. Let's go.
Got this. You guys doing great. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Team ice cream. I never did take you to that ice cream spot. You know, I'll tell you, we got to do it soon. You know, we got to do it soon.
I myself feel like ice cream encourages me, and it seems like Tori Hawkins agrees.
What's your favorite flavor?
Ooh, I go Oreo, cookies and cream.
Okay. What brand? What store is your favorite, or brand?
Well, you
store?
know what? I guess not. Well, Haagen-Dazs I'd say is my favorite brand, but they don't really have cookies and cream. I don't think. I actually really love the vanilla bean.
Yeah.
But if I'm going like Ben and Jerry's, I'll go cookies and cream. You?
I'm a big Jenny's ice cream kind of guy.
Nice.
Brown butter brittle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. So I've gotten a lot into acai bowls to try to replace some of that now that I've less exercise. But we'll save that conversation for another night as the Fortune have a 15-point lead. 3 minutes remaining, and it's interesting to see how the players there with Lacoste and Rodriguez talking themselves. Hey, you go in here. I prefer to play against this player. So working together within the chess match of the matchups.
And I think that's so cool because when you play tennis, it almost feels like you're not allowed to say like, oh, I don't like playing that person for whatever reason. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but you just don't admit it. And so it's so cool to see Victoria Rodriguez just being like, yeah, I don't really like playing her. You go in.
Encouragement from Siegel to Lacoste. 2.5 minutes remaining. Rips 1-3, Fortune 3-2, tied first place in their division. Rips at the bottom, but still in the playoff hunt. If they can win tonight, Lacoste is going to give that one serve fault point for the Rips on the far side. And Bosova is back in to finish this off. Just waiting on that return instead of getting her way going forward. Opened up the door for Bosova to go down the line. Not something you want to keep putting in her hands.
Oof, that was close. And I think she felt that pressure herself. She had 1 second left on the clock.
And if you look there, it was Lacoste signaling to Rodriguez that she wanted to play one more. So those two running their show right now. Siegel showing a lot of trust in these players, and rightfully so as they are maintaining this lead. Forehand down the line on the run. Lefty to get there. Sets up the forehand down the middle. +2 rips.
Just so good from Bolsova. The way she just constructs the point around her forehand and being able to just, most of the time, get that ball and hit a winner on it is just so, so good. Such good execution from her.
$88.75, under a minute here.
Maria, I want to go back to something you were talking about with the rips on the sideline and just in general, the demeanor working together. Allie was very frustrated after that first bolt. I think we all saw it when she kicked the ball. And she came over here, and I was very impressed with Coach Hawkins, what he had to say. You know, certain strokes, she's just waiting on them to come, the timing, and he's like, it's coming, it's coming. And then Fabrice Martin stepped over to her, and I thought it was just such a good moment of watching him calm her down, specifically talking strategy. And we've seen someone who now looks a lot different in this second vault try to pull their team back in this one.
The final 20 seconds here. Lacoste going to come in. Bolsova with that heavy forehand. Lacoste going way far back. Lacoste throwing up a high ball to set up the swing and volley. Comes to the net. Forehand inside out. Just missed the back line. And that is going to be a point for the Fortune. And even though they had an 18-point lead after men's singles, they're going to go into men's doubles with a 16-point lead. Fortune hanging on well. When we come back, double starts, men's doubles first.
We're here to give a little pep talk to our new generation to let them know what is tennis about, not only tennis, but also life.
Locking in means to me being in the flow state, having the mentality that I want to win this. Tennis is a very mental game. It's about positive self-talk.
Talk to yourself the way you talk to your doubles partner.
All the negativity that people may tell you, let that be a motivation for you.
There's no limitation for you guys. You can achieve everything you want.
Just keep believing in yourself.
Back
can be a bit dicey when you're picking players in different rounds, and the different rounds have different salaries associated with them. It can be tough.
What they've done so far in their tennis career is what has kind of earned them that draft pick.
I think that all these players know what they're getting. In essence, they signed up for it willingly. They're compensated well enough that they will agree to it. So it's their choice, really, to be here, or they could have gone and done something else.
There's expectations. There's a contract. You're a professional. So just like with any contract you sign, I have expectations of you.
Like Nadal says, the only point that matters is the next point. You have no time for BS. Just go to the next point. If you won the point, you forget and get ready for the next. If you lose the point, you forget and get to the next.
My mindset's going to be the entire time we're winning the championship. I'm not going to be preaching that all the time to the players because I don't want to create this pressure cook environment. But for me, every day that I step on the court, I'm looking at the championship team.
The 2025 Intense Champions, Team Atlanta.
We all want to win, right? This is the goal. So we all have to work towards that goal. You know, that's how I operate. I'm very like, you gotta want to be here, and if you don't.
If you get picked in that first round, you're looking at a $40,000 salary. In that second round, you're going to earn a base of $34,000. Third round, $28,000. In the fourth round, you'll earn $14,000. But you also have to think about the $30,000 that you can get at the end of the season just from prize winnings.
The purpose of the CEO is to develop the staff. So if you're a highly paid player, part of that role is going to be helping to develop younger players or players who need a little bit more out of their game.
This is pro tennis built different. Intense. Tennis turned up.
Week 5 inside the Intense Arena. The Fortune taking on the Rips. The Fortune took the first 2 bolts of men's singles. The Rips stabilized it a little bit, tying up that third bolt, and then with cutting that deficit by 4. But then Victoria Rodriguez just doing a great job, just being very solid. It's what she's done all year. She averages +3 the entire season, +4 on the night, but her forehand doing a much better job, being very solid. And let's go down courtside with Kelly Kroll, who's with Victoria Rodriguez.
Together, how did you feel, and how has that evolved for you guys as you've worked through these arcs?
We've been working out for like the whole month that we've been here, and how to like sub each other on the most like important points, because we know we like to play certain players, and also like we get tired. So we know now when to change, and I think it's been helping us a lot. At least, and this match has just been very good because we've been getting like more points because we're fresher, because we've been changing so much.
That's fantastic. And it's great to hear that even after playing each other in the tournament this past weekend, you can still be solid teammates for one another.
Yeah, I think it was so weird to play each other, but at the same time, it's so normal to play against your friends and stuff. I have a lot of fun, and I think the match in Kerry, it was also fun. Obviously, I got the loss, so I was a little bit sad, but I was happy for her.
Of course, lastly, here you go, men's doubles getting ready to start. What is it you think you need to continue to do throughout this one to get the win?
I think they just need to be very solid. They have very good doubles players, so, but I think we also, the last time we played them, Rob played an amazing ball, so I just hope he can keep up with that.
We're enjoying it, Victoria. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victoria, and thank you, Kelly, as we have men's doubles starting things off. We got all 3 doubles formats, but for the Rips, this is a big night. They're sitting at 1-3, still in the playoff race, but they need to win tonight. They can go to 1-4, but then everything needs to be perfect from there. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Fabrice Martin, Owen Schachter on the far side. And then Jesse Flores with Roberto Cid on the near side. We'll see right there off the bat, Flores still struggling with that knee to move forward.
And it's so interesting to me that he is starting right now, especially when Oren Vassar actually played some really good tennis. But I'm curious to see as well how Fabrice Martin is going to start, because he has not played 1 point tonight. He has been on the sideline the entire night.
We see some good sportsmanship right there once again from the Forts, and Schachter had hit that volley. It went wide.
It was the clock I was worried about.
But Cid had tipped that ball.
But the clock was running down. We had to reset the clock, that's all.
We got to rewind the clock. He touched it? He conceded he touched it. I didn't see it. Would you rewind the clock to the time when he touched it?
Cid tipped that ball, so it should have been point for the Rips. Cid told Walker Allen, our umpire for the night, that it should be point for the Rips. So some good sportsmanship once again. They just want to get the clock right now.
44?
As the
45?
Rips are down
45.
by 11. They want every second they can to get back into this.
Sure do. And I think a couple times this season, the Rips have had a few struggles with luck not going their way. And so it's cool to see tonight that they're playing against a team that gives them what they deserve and is letting them have that kind of luck.
Backhand misses long. Rips are now within 10, the closest they've been in a long time. Fabrice Martin, the serve former number 19 in the world, French Open doubles finalist. Couldn't get down low enough. Great return and fist pump by Flores. I formation. Let's see how fast Flores can get up from that with his knee. Schachter tries to return. Doesn't matter. Flores does not have to worry about it. Signals back to Cid. Fortune up 12.
It might just be a thing where Flores knew from the very beginning, I am going to show up for give or take 20 minutes tonight, max. I'm going to play in the mix and I'm going to play in the doubles as much as I can. And maybe he's been preserving his leg for that.
Well, if he's going to do that, now's the time to shine. Schachter to serve goes into the backhand. That's just too good of a serve. Doesn't matter what kind of knee you have. Martin plays quick. He's ready to go. Signals back. I formation. Flores staying in the middle of no man's land, seeing what Cid can do after return. Kicks are too tough to handle. Within 10 once again. Can they get it to single digits with the playoffs on the line? Big kick. Flores reads it this time. Moved early. Angle volley cross court. Could not get it. The movement there still a little bit of a struggle. And single digits we have. Martin with the read. Cid gets there one more time for the +2. Yes, this time. Quick timeout by the Fortune. 2 minutes into men's doubles. The Rips are within 7.
Tipping away, and guess what? Here we are. Excellent job. Keep up the energy. Let's make sure we're clear on our moves right now. Keep this momentum going and take your time. All right? Well done. He may come in occasionally on the return. That's it. You're right back in there. Let's keep this going. Rips on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team huddle once again coming together, and Cid doing the extra thing he could to just get it back in play. Unfortunately, he handed a +2 opportunity by Martin.
And if Martin can play as the incredible doubles player that he is, they're going to come out on top tonight. Because Fabrice Martin, by far, is the best doubles player in this league. He's gotten to the finals of the French Open. The accolades and the status that he has on the doubles court, unfortunately, he hasn't shown that much yet. And so I hope this second half of the season, he really brings out the goods.
Chip return. Cid gets there. Angle volley winner. +2 and a big come on.
And a sub. Fabrice is out.
Fabrice is out. Chin is in. And we're going to see him come right back out. And I think that's the chess match we were talking about with coaches trying to figure it out. Pulled Chin out because of that return on the Martin side. So Coach Hawkins showing that Martin's struggling a little bit on this return. Are we going to see Chin come back in? They're going to do it. The thing is, Flores is going to serve. They're not going to be able to do it in time. So Hawkins is going to call a timeout. Clearly, he wants Chin in to return on the deuce side and not Martin.
Hey, one thing. When you serve to Fabrice's forehand, he can only do this, okay? But we don't want to give up the two-pointer, okay?
Yes, sir.
And look, when they both come in, dip it at Noah's feet. Noah can't. Keep that serve moving. Keep that serve moving. Let's go.
And Fab. He's got you. Just make eye contact with him. Fab. So next point, you're right back in. Sure. I'm just letting you know. Once you go, I'm coming back in, and you're right here again. Got me? I don't have to come.
And that's exactly it. They're going to be going back and forth. Chin's going to return on the deuce side. I think Fabrice Martin will be in for the rest of the doubles when they come in and out like that. Big kick out to the Chin backhand, and they're rewarded with a +2. The coaching, the play, gets him back in within 10. Martin's going to serve now. Chin goes to the scorer's table, notifies them the next time they go there, he's going to be in for the return. Wow. Schachter's going to miss it. Martin's going to stay in because this return's going to the ad side.
And the difference throughout this season and the way that everyone is learning this format, it's just so cool to see, JY. Like, this is my favorite part, is seeing the transition from the beginning, and every week, coaches and players just knowing how to deal with the format.
Well, for the coaches, they've talked about it as well. So not just the players having to get used to this format. Yeah. It's the coaches as well that have to do a good job about putting these players in position to succeed. And we see the coaches trying to do that tonight with the way Hawkins is managing the doubles lineup. Great backhand down the line by Sid. 6 minutes remain before women's doubles. Chin in for the return. Great volley by Flores, backhand down the line, volley to Sid, tries to move forward, topspin lob, +2!
Interesting, and I feel like Sid could have reached that. Or maybe he was just wrong-footed.
He was definitely wrong-footed, did not see it coming, did not have his weight ready off the back foot. Martin in to serve, comes forward, good volley, all four in the net, +2 once again, 4 points in a row for the Rips. Big serve out wide once again. 6 points in a row. Oren Vassar is in for Flores as Flores trying to manage that knee, but just too good of a serve. I don't think it mattered who was returning there. Martin comes in once again, 7 points in a row.
And that's the thing about Fabrice Martin. When he gets going, he's going, and you don't want to stop him. So unfortunately, Fortune only has 2 more timeouts on the clock. That is unbelievable. You want to slow that down. I would use a timeout.
9 points in a row for the Rips. And when the last time they played against each other, the Rips had a 13-point run, a 9-point run right now. John Chin into return, doing a great job getting back into this within 2. Huge return right at Vassar. Too big. Schachter to serve. Martin in once again. Big kick up to Sid, just wide. Yes, it is. Fortune maintained a 2-point lead. Will Chin come in? Yes. Vassar to serve to the lefty. Great serve out wide. Even better return.
That backhand return is money from Chin.
With great coaching, but also the buy-in from the players to just understand their roles, accept it, and they have now tied things up, and now we get the timeout from the Fortune.
Hey, back in.
Make sure you visit our concession area.
Jesse, back in. Okay.
Hold on. While you're there, stay
too good. Too good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Finish strong. Finish strong. Right here. Let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
For the love of all
All we got to do. And now we've checked back in and that was good. Now let's keep it going and not worry about it. You know what I mean? Come on.
Our Love All coffee bar in the main lobby, where you can feel your fan energy. Don't miss out on some intense concessions tonight.
Things tied up now, 102-102, under 4 minutes remaining. Women's doubles, mixed doubles coming up after. The Rips have been down by as much as 21. It is a complete flip-flop we saw when they had their first matchup early in the season. The Rips were the one that were up 18. The Fortune came back. Things have gone the reverse way, and now we are tied up with Martin to serve on the far side. Schachter down low. The timeout's working into effect to slow things down. We see Martin showing off that, yes, my shoulder did get a little bit of cold. Fortune up by 1. Big return at Flores.
So much firepower from Schachter, and if he can go at the guy's chest as much as he can in the doubles, it's so effective, especially in this format. You don't have to go huge. You can just go middle or right at them.
Great return down the line, +2, and the Rips have taken the lead. Forget about tying things up. They take the lead right away with a +2 winner. Sid overhits that 2-point lead. Everybody on the Rip sideline now fired up. Big body serve into the net. 3-point lead.
His presence is already dominating. The way that he can serve and just get to the net so quickly is so important, because as a returner, it's so hard to know where to return. And then if you have a partner like Noah Schachter doing that, I mean, come on.
5-point lead, great recognition. That post high backhand volley, as Stokey said last night, it's one of the most difficult shots in tennis. Schachter making it look easy. Martin with the kick out wide. Too hard. Complete frustration by Sid as he swings the racket towards the ground. Vassar takes the spot of Sid. Down by 6. Vassar's turn to serve. Ad side, Flores signals.
But a lot of it is not even Fortune playing bad, it's just Rips playing that well, and then it makes you feel like you have absolutely no solutions, and then you go for shots that maybe you wouldn't go for.
Great dip down low, too much to handle. Vassar to serve to Chin as Martin goes out on the return side once again. Misses the return, Martin comes back in. I formation. Rips 1 and 3, Fortune 3 and 2. Good eye by the French Open finalists. Up by 6, biggest lead of the night. Down 18 to up 6, what a swing. Huge serve, goes for the volley. Great reflex by Flores through the middle. One swing, it's in.
Wow.
+2 for the Rips.
That's just incredible. He's all over the net, all over it.
Faults are the only things that are keeping it the Fortune in this doubles. We've seen a couple faults from Schachter and Martin, but still they have a 7-point lead, under a minute remaining. Can the Fortune slow things down? All 4 players at the net. Flores slips, gonna try to run back, and he looks pretty good there. Kick out wide, Schachter comes in, came to Flores too fast. Under 30 seconds, Martin to serve. Gives that serve right back.
And I feel like Fabrice Martin can afford to hit a few faults here and there just because his plus-minus on the serve, he just wins so many service points anyways, so it's almost okay that he misses a couple here and there.
Well, Maria, we finished that men's doubles bowl, and the Rips, they have really turned things around.
And it's incredible, and it just shows the lineup of doubles players and doubles experience that they have, and all they're doing is playing their tennis, and they're so dang good.
Yeah, Rips, incredible job. Incredible coaching. It's been so cool, as you mentioned, to see how they're improving in this. Great buy-in by the players to accept their role. They are getting rewarded. Rips up by 5 as we come up with women's doubles.
At work, in the car, or on the go. Listen to every FIFA World Cup 2026 match for free on iHeartRadio. Listen to Fox's coverage of all 104 FIFA World Cup 2026 matches live and free in the iHeartRadio app, anywhere in the U.S. June 11th to July 19th. All matches live.
Fire it up.
Unbelievable atmosphere out here.
Boom! You a little nervous? You know, shaky mustachio, man. It's fast, it's loud, and it's electric in here. We got this! Outriders are stunned. Oh my gosh, what a night! It's honestly the first time we played together, and we killed it.
This is absolutely insane.
Intense tennis, baby. It's tennis turned up.
Intense is brought to you by Solaris, the founding partner and official focus and education partner of Intense. Welcome back to the Intense Arena. The Fortune are taking on the Rips, where the Rips 1 and 3 at the bottom of the conference standing, still in the playoff race, and they are playing with the sense of urgency they lead after being down by 21 to be up by 5 with women's doubles. Great performances by Roberto Cid, 41 points, 29 by Victoria Rodriguez. But the stat really comes into the men's doubles bolt, where the Rips won it by 19.
Right, and you look at 36 points for Noah Schachter. A majority of those were in the doubles with help by Fabrice Martin. And if Bolsova can put just as many points in doubles as she did in singles, they're in a very good spot.
We're going to see Alisea come out to the court with Bolsova on the far side for the Rips. There you take a look at Noah Schachter. Smiles, and how could you not be after a great men's doubles like that? A huge bolt, an impactful 10 minutes that has finally given them the lead. Great resiliency from this team. We saw that in their first win in the season, how they overcame so much and were down for most of the night until the final 2 bolts. They're doing it one more time as Rafael Lacoste and Victoria Rodriguez to serve on the near side.
And it's good to see them remain hungry, even if they are last in the league, because they are still in the running for the playoffs. It doesn't matter. There's still enough time for them. So it's really cool to see that they are showing they're not out of this.
The patience of Alisea. Sometimes you want to poach because you just see so many balls you end up going. Her patience paid off there. +2, up by 6.
And Alisea is so good at the net, as well as Chelly is too. If they're able to get very close to the net, not let those balls get above the shoulder like Chelly just did, get as close to the net as possible. All you got to do is make contact with the ball, and then it'll do the work for itself.
I formation, Alisea down the middle. She signals, moves left, misses that wide. +2 opportunity. Fortune going to be grateful for that one.
There, just a bigger target.
Soft serve in the middle of the box, but Bolsova patiently waiting for that ball to get back to her. Gets into this forehand cross-court rally, goes down the line, sets up an aggressive forehand, goes one more time, didn't use her legs well enough. Coached by Bolsova, off some world-class backhands by Rodriguez, gets the +1 for the Rips, and a lot of soft opportunities on that serve from Rodriguez. Rips passing up on those opportunities to play offense, had to work a lot longer to get that point.
Especially here where there's only one serve. If you can do that, exactly that 1-2 punch, crucial.
Great overhead winner movement by Bolsova. 50 in the world in doubles, played in the slams. One of the best doubles players in the world. Bringing that to Intense, and you see why she was so successful. The Rips now have their biggest lead of the night after being down by 18, 1-3 in the standings, but showing no give up, all toughness, doing a great job getting themselves to the lead. Mixed doubles is going to finish up after this. We'll see which team can manage these 7 minutes in women's doubles with the clock's running down 2-1. Top spin, overhead, oh no. 2 more for the Rips.
This might be the first time this season, JY, that we are in the second to last bolts and a team still has 4 timeouts.
Serve off the net, it goes in, we play it. Lacoste gets there, overhead reflex in. 3 players back. Open Saints backhand pulled down into the net. Lacoste trying to keep some positivity in Rodriguez, but we've seen Sid with some frustration. Rodriguez with frustration. They can feel what opportunity they have lost so far tonight.
Maria, it's interesting you mentioned Coach Hawkins. Oh, gosh. The fortune getting one there, but you mentioned Coach Hawkins still hanging on to 4 of his timeouts. I heard Coach Siegel come over and ask if he might be able to have 1 more timeout since he has been on his best behavior tonight, guys. So clearly he was aggressive in using his, and we're going to see how that plays out down the stretch here.
This is why we need Kelly. She has all the insight down there.
Down the line, Poach, she is ready, she gets there, covers. Point for the Rips, no matter, up by 11. Great cover by Rodriguez, but it seemed like she got tired out getting there, couldn't get her legs in action, and ready for the next forehand. Five and a half minutes remaining. No substitutions in women's doubles yet. You see a lot of that in the men's doubles with the back and forth of Martin and Chin. But in women's doubles, it's been all systems go for those 4s. Rodriguez with the poach, Alicer with the reflex, gets 2 of them back in. Lacoste still ready, always +2.
And I wonder if we'll see it in the, oh, it looks like a timeout is almost coming for the Rips. Yep.
And there's that timeout by Hawkins.
Timeout, Rips. 1 minute on the clock.
It was just to slow him down. Either of you two need a breather. Get water, get water, and get down right now.
Water, take some chances at the net. Go for it, right? Let's go. Doing good.
That was pretty good. Okay, wait. All right, this right side over here. Make some noise. Okay. I know. All right, let's see left side. Make some noise. Oh, I don't know. I think it's the right side louder. Right side. 1, 2, 3. Left side. Oh, I don't know. I think right side happened. Everyone, make some noise.
You know what's great about Intense Tennis, JY? We talk so much about timeouts being used as momentum shifts. Tori Hawkins just used a timeout for a little water break, and I love that.
And everything else you see within the timeouts is that, you see Oren Vassar, Coach Oren Vassar, spending some time talking with Rafael Lacoste, also trying to provide some insights. We've seen players also trying to become coaches, seeing things that they see from that sideline and sharing it. Vassar coached some professional players on the women's side while playing as well. So we see all these dynamics in timeouts. It's so fun. It's one of my favorite parts of the night.
Well, it is, and that camaraderie with the coach and the players is so important because you see it differently from different lenses. So to be able to work together and find the best solution based on both visions is so important.
Good volley to go right at Lacoste. Point for the Rips. Just over 4 minutes remaining. In a tight women's doubles bolt. The Rips only up by 3, 13-10, but that adds on to the lead that they put on after the 40-21 men's doubles bolt. 129-122 in the overall. The Rips, 1-3, need this win to get into great position to stay in the playoffs.
And they're looking pretty good right now. They're looking like they are in a good position to win tonight if they can keep it up. Oh.
Foot fault called, probably that right foot that overslid from Alisea, crossed over the baseline.
Hey. All right, bro. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's make sure we got the other side, too. Look.
Is that the first time we've seen a foot fault called?
We've seen few. It's not the first we've seen, but they happen so few that you wonder if that's the first one. Comes in an important moment, but for the Fortune, they couldn't take advantage. Backhand unforced error regardless. Goes down the line. Alisea not poaching as much. They keep targeting her, but she is ready there. Once again, she's ready. Reflex back in. Rodriguez finds the middle though. +1. Rodriguez a little bit more of an aggressive serve this time. Alisea pulling up on that ball. You're not seeing the Rips get their weight going forward and attack the returns that are sitting up high. I think that's something that they look back on as they miss these opportunities. Wow. But there's some aggressive return. Backhand down the line, winner +2. Alisea with her 6th fault of the night.
And clearly very frustrated with that one. And again, it's just about putting a little bit more spin on the ball. Wow.
Great volley, great poach. +2 for the Fortune. Back within 5 after being down 11. And the fault for just at a heartbreaking moment. You think the Fortune about to build up some momentum again. You don't want to give it up with just easy points like that. Back and forth. Over 20 faults by the Rips tonight. That is tough, even though they are still up by 6. 5 now.
I don't know. I feel like that could have been Bolsova's ball. They won the point anyways, but I would have liked to just see her sneak in there, at least send a message.
We've seen neither team take risks in the women's doubles tonight. They cover the middle, but they don't truly poach. They're worried more about covering that down the line.
No way.
That is a shot that you do not teach your kids how to hit from the shoelaces. +2. Chip return comes in. Alisea down low to the feet. Too good. Final 20 seconds. Rips up by 9 before we get to mixed doubles. Alisea, another fault. Look at the stats. Over 30 faults by the Rips tonight. Yet they're still up by 8. 7 seconds left. 6, 5 before mixed doubles. Serve goes in. Cross-court rally. Neither team really trying to take that middle, and so many missed opportunities. Frustration by Rodriguez. Throws her racket down to the ground as the Rips, after everything, now have a 9-point lead. When we come back, who's going to have a better playoff position? Mixed doubles to finish.
Assembly, the Intense League has taken over.
We are back, baby!
What a defensive shot by Stites. It's fast, it's loud, and it's electric in here. Oh my God! Red Panda!
Oh, you a little nervous? You little shaky mustachio, man?
Unbelievable atmosphere
stunned. Oh my gosh, what a night. The Fortune, final point.
It's honestly the first time we played together, we killed it.
This was incredible.
This is absolutely insane.
Intense tennis, baby. It's tennis. Turned up.
Inside the Intense Arena, teams are getting loose over on the iHeartRadio practice court. Coming up at 7 p.m., we have the Smash taking on the Freeze. For now, though, before we get to mixed doubles, let's take a look at our mic'd up moment presented by iHeartRadio.
Rock and roll?
Yeah, let's go. Let's make a push here, huh?
And what I'll do, because you're going to get 7 of these 10 minutes.
Okay.
But I'll go maybe 3 or 4 and then.
We love it. All right, so let's
Get in there. Here you go. Got way to pressure. One thing, and the lefty always likes the ball on the outside. I'm going to give you less than a minute, or try to give you a minute to warm up. Okay. All right, this is what I want. He's out. There it is.
139, 130. The Rips have really turned things around, and you look right there, that 5th bolt that they won in men's doubles, 40-21. That's what turned the entire night around. We go into mixed doubles for Fabrice Martin, Aliona Bosovan on the far side, and Lacoste says, hello, we're coming back, +2 winner down the line.
And it's such an interesting concept, right, JY? We were just discussing this earlier, is just having one bolt be a blowout, a lot of the time sways the arc completely.
Yeah, the problem is when you're down by so much after the first 2 bolts, it just kind of put you right back into it. So they are in a barn burner right now. Jesse Flores, Rafael Lacoste in, as you see the volley winner by Lacoste. Great movement. You see the movement of Flores struggling still a little bit with the knee. But these two, when they have been healthy, have been one of the best mixed doubles teams in the league. They are down 6. Good down the line ball. That's going to go over. Martin's going to be ready. +2. Fortune arguing that he touched the net. Maria, I don't think he did.
I don't think so either. I didn't really know what they were arguing because I didn't realize that there was something to argue.
Just like that, very quick, getting up to 9 for the Rips. See the replay. Clearly shows Martin staying back. Lacoste in big return, finds a way to the net. Great energy, goes right back at her. Pops up, hits it off the frame. The Fortune only have 1 timeout that they can use. The Rips have 3, but you can only use 2 in a bolt. So 2 for the Rips, 1 for the Fortune. But the Fortune are down by 9 with 8 minutes remaining. Big return all the way back to the center line. Athletic billboard in the back.
And we had another sub for Shakhtar to take that return. Didn't really go well, but it looks like they're still sticking with that plan.
Lacoste serving big, serving well. Couple missed returns. Fortune within 6.
It's interesting. It's almost like when we see Rafi slow down is when she misses. It's like she's thinking about it a little bit too much.
Martin serves up high, but Lacoste doing a great job handling it. Lacoste, we've seen multiple times, great return, follows it in very well, but it's almost too fast and she can't organize herself well.
Yes. Sometimes you just want to wait one more ball and then bring it in.
Big kick sets up the volley down the line by Martin. They are now up by 9 again, goes back and forth, and the Fortune going to use their final timeout with 7 minutes remaining.
Here we go.
That can go out the door.
Keep that up on the return. Taking that ball early. Okay. Go. And take plenty of time, exactly. Take the chance to the net, though, right? Let's go, let's go.
The movement at net.
You're good? Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Siegel needs a lot of things to go right for 7 minutes now, because he's not going to be able to stop it again.
Absolutely. But I like how he said, you know what, those were his final words tonight, unfortunately, in a timeout, is just be brave at the net. Go for it. More movement. And that's what I've been preaching this whole season, is just really movement at the net. I think just makes such a big difference.
Fortune 3-2, tied for first place at the bottom of the Rips, 1-3. Does serve on the wrong side, 147, 138. Needed to serve, actually, yeah, needed to serve on the ad side. He lined up and served on the deuce side. Martin frustrated. Don't want to give up any easy points right now. Lob down the line. Martin goes back in. Still a little bit unfocused after that previous point. Don't see him usually miss those volleys. Good volley, good lob. Flores gets it, gonna throw it up high. Bosova takes it. Stays all the way back, one up, one back. No, all two Fortune are in. Rally back and forth. Lacoste closing the net, goes through the middle. She stands her ground one more time. Goes through the middle one more time, back and forth, off the net. Down the line, Schachter finally gets in there. Overhead opportunity, and this is still gonna be in, but Schachter's gonna take it. Only +1, but what a point.
And you know, Schachter really wanted that two-pointer, but it was actually such an awkward position to hit it from. So still a really good overhead from him.
Gets that +2 right back. Martin is in. Bosova goes for the quick serve as Flores was not ready. Throws himself on the ground. They're in play here, but not good enough. Substitution. Vassar is in, but the Rips are up 11 with 5.5 minutes remaining in arguably the biggest night of their season right now. Huge return.
Talk about going for your returns.
Lacoste aggressive all night. Her turn to serve. Vassar at the net ready. Bosova goes right at him. This time he's there. Down the line to Martin. The reach is there. +2 for the Fortune.
Wow. Incredible hands there from Vassar. Looking forward the entire time. He did not turn his head one time. Another timeout here from Team Rips.
I'm informing them down. All right, we got timeouts to burn.
It is
all right?
so close tonight. It's the final pull. Let's make some noise. Ooh. All right, I have a question. Who's here for the Rips?
I'm confirming I got one more in this boat.
Oh man, Christina, split crowd here. It's insane. It can't be quiet in here. We need
Got it.
Hawkins looks pretty relaxed for what's ahead of them.
Sure does. And he should be for how well his team has played in this doubles. But Fortune has picked it up quite a bit. And it's really good to see from Oren Vassar being able to come and put together some very, very good points, even if he's been sitting out.
We'll see how the Fortune can finish this off. We have not seen Vassar in mixed doubles in such an important moment the whole season. Doing a good job since they've come in. Lacoste also serving well. Under 5 minutes remaining. First place on the line for the Fortune. For the Rips, it's just to get back in the middle of the pack. Good return. Rips are all at the net. +1 for the Rips.
Guys, I thought it was interesting too, Oren, when it comes to the team huddle, right? Like everyone kind of having their individual conversations, helping each other out, but he wanted to make sure that team got together and broke it down together. I mean, I've just really enjoyed watching both of these teams tonight, the way they've stuck together through the highs and the lows.
Definitely a lot of good conversations were had over that mid-season break. Martin serves it up to Lacoste. Bosova with the post. Vassar's there. Sets up the overhead. +2.
And I think the later you go into a season, the more you see which teams are really a family and which teams maybe aren't getting along so well. Makes a big, big difference.
Bosova once again, 4 points in a row for the Rips at a big moment. They are now up 13. So you wonder if you go 2 back with Vassar. Right here, it's just tough. They're going all out offense, and the Rips are doing a good job. Good hands this time by the Fortune. Stop the bleeding a bit. Vassar serves out to Bosova. Body serve, lob down the line is long.
Smart
3
play.
minutes remaining. Substitution. Schachter goes in for Martin. He's ready. Return goes in.
Oh, no.
This is that volley.
I don't know. He wasn't really going for a volley. I feel like it wasn't very compact. He was kind of split between hitting a swinging volley and a normal volley.
Great point by Fortune. +2. 2.5 minutes remaining. The Fortune's final push. Can they get into first place, or the Rips? Will they throw themselves in the middle of the pack? Forehand down the line winner. Fist pump to the sky. Bosova helps their team maintain a 12-point lead. Martin looks up calm. Tosses it up. Miss hit, return. Fist pump to the sideline. 2 minutes remaining. Another big serve. One of the interesting things I'm just looking at, you see Sid with a little bit of frustration, just packing up his bags a little bit, understanding that this is going to be a tough one. I thought I would have seen Sid in doubles instead of Flores, but you saw Siegel trusting Vassar coming in. I think it's just been great play by the Rips. I don't know how much it would have mattered. Rips 162-149, minute and a half though. Flores comes in. Lacoste was not ready. Return still goes long by Schachter.
Sid does look very deflated there, and we saw him at the end of his playing time where he was just so frustrating. He wanted to throw his racket into his ground, but now he's just looking a little bit removed from the team in a way, and maybe he's just bottling up his own unhappiness with how he played tonight, but I mean, he's got a lot to be happy about with how well he's played this season.
Big one to miss there, and I think the frustration comes from that men's doubles. He's +20 after men's singles, but then in men's doubles, 19-point swing for the Rips. What a moment to turn things around. So understandable to see some frustration. If Bosova misses it long, 45 seconds left, but the Rips are going to be looking at 2 and 3. And they've had another close one. They had another tough one on the last second loss. They feel like they're in it. And with returns like that and everything going their way, look at that, +2. Martin just goes big, lets it loose. Flores confirms the signal to Bosova, miss hits it all the way to the back fence. Final 10 seconds remaining. Is she gonna play it out?
Already celebrating Team Rips. I don't know, she's teasing us. Nope, she's gonna play it.
She's gonna play it, goes kick out wide, but it wouldn't have made a difference. And a huge come on for the Rips as they get to celebrate in a big pressure-filled moment. Down by 21. What a comeback by the team as we get to look at tonight's prize money that's powered by Payment Labs with $9,000 going to the Rips and Maria. What a great job by them to come back.
Insane. They just played so incredibly well in the doubles and just so solid and consistently well. They didn't really have ebbs and flows in their momentum, and they just played really, really good tennis to take this one home.
For the Fortune on the other side, how do you handle that? You were 3-1 in the season, come in 3-2, up by 21 at one point, and that one bolt just really ruined their night.
Yeah, it really did, and it's sad because Roberto Sid played so well in the singles and didn't really show up that well, but also having Jesse Flores injured and him not being able to really play in the mixed doubles, I think it made a difference.
All right, let's go down to the court. Kelly Kroll is one of the winning players for Fabrice Martin.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Fabrice, man, those first 3 bolts, I saw you guys stick together as a team, but how did you turn things around in mixed doubles, or men's doubles, excuse me?
Yeah, so that's one thing we worked on during practice. We always rushing usually when we're behind, but we just scared today about just playing the bolt one by one, and it worked out. And it shows you how when you practice something, it can work right away as well. So it's for a tennis player, that's a good thing.
Yeah, to see the results right away. You guys were also substituting quite a bit in men's doubles. How did that work out? How has that evolved for you guys?
Well, it's good because I mean, John and Noah, they have amazing returns. My return is as good, but they're feeling really good at the moment, and I feel great at the net and serving. So we practiced that as well, and we kind of got messed up sometimes, but I think we find a way. Yeah.
You found a way to get the win, and I can tell by the celebration, just between you guys, the way you're embracing each other. How much did this mean to the Rips tonight?
Yeah, so the last match of the first half of the season, we lost by 1 point. So we went home. We went on the break with a bad feeling, and I really wanted to do well for the team, and because it's amazing. We get along really well, so I'm happy we did it together. Yeah.
We're happy you did it together as well. It was so much fun to watch. Congratulations, Fabrice.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you, Kelly, and that gives us an opportunity as you just talked to Fabrice as we look at tonight's Solaris lock-in play that is brought to us by Fabrice Martin right there. Just his great play in men's doubles. They saved him for the night, did not see action in men's singles. And when he came in, stepped it up.
He played so well, and it's cool to see how he's saying that they practiced it, and they've practiced how they can substitute. They practiced how they can just become better in these tough moments. And it's almost like they came out expecting to be down in those singles bolts and then just know exactly what to do if they're in that situation.
Yeah, the calmness, I think, from the entire team. Doing an incredible job. We saw that in their first win of the season. They were down for most of the arc. And when they came, they just hung in, they hung in, they hung in. And then when they got to the doubles, they took off. And that's one of the things that you had said so much throughout the season. On paper, they're supposed to be a great doubles team. They just haven't gotten there.
No, and it looks like they're working on it more and more. And this is when it's important. At the beginning of the season, people are feeling things out. Now is when it gets really intense and really important. And if they continue in this way, and if they can play a little better in the singles, it's going to pay off.
That was a big win for them to put them at 2 and 3. If we look at the rest of the schedule, the Smash are taking up on the freeze right up after this. First place team going up against a high momentum team in the Smash. Tomorrow we got the Inferno and the Outriders. They've had a great one as Sting finish it off against the Altitude. But for us right now, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have the Smash versus the Freeze. The Fortune, even though they built that 21-point lead, could not hang on. Roaring comeback by the Rips as they have a huge win. Stay with us because we'll be back to more tennis.